We are proceeding with the investigation into Count Rowe's escort unit. As His Majesty intimated, we found Cornelia and the Western nobles to be potential suspects. We lack conclusive proof at present, however Count Rowe's actual whereabouts also remain unknown. We would soon find out if we attack the West, but we cannot act without sufficient evidence. Dorothea was one of the Black Eagles I spoke with. I spoke with her on numerous occasions when we were at the Officers' Academy. She certainly had strong feelings about things. Even so, I cannot help but wonder if there wasn't some way we could have avoided taking her life. Don't try to guilt trip me. She's an enemy.
My, this is wonderful.
Okay, let's go talk to Felix. There's a tactical research facility up and running now. I guess the Boars arranged it. Mastering swordsmanship isn't enough to win wars. Go and take a look at the new facility when you can. Nice, dude. Wait, can I give you a gift? Oh, hell yeah. Take this hunting dagger.
Oh, this is nice.
If I want to be besties with anybody, it's gotta be Felix. Okay, so we have a new facility up and running. Oh. Here, we research the latest and greatest tactics ever to grace the field of battle. If our findings pique your interest, I'd be delighted to assist you. How about it? At the Tactics Academy, you can enhance your unit's battle proficiencies. Expanding this facility will unlock new avenues for improvement. Facility effects include unlocking additional warrior gauges, unlocking vulnerary slots, unlocking level up capabilities for unique abilities.
My instruction comes at a high price.
My instruction comes at a high price. Ooh. Yeah. Learn tactics. Wow. Enhance unique action ability, enhance unique support ability, enhance unique tactical ability.
Don't neglect your daily studies.
Tactics are essential to any victory. I should keep them in mind as I prepare. Yeah, I don't have money right now. Spent it all on presents. There's so much that fool neglected to tell us. It really pisses me off. Per usual, I have absolutely no idea what's rattling around inside his skull. If he thinks he's the only one who will lose face over this, he's a greater fool than I gave him credit for. Who knew royalty could be so annoying? I did. I knew. You wanna go on an expedition?
It's good to stretch your legs when you can. So, where are we going?
The plains! Because it's still the only place we can go! Hey, buddy. You've arrived at a vast expanse of green natural splendor stretching out as far as the eye can see. You tie up your horse and graze by the meadow.
Not a bad spot for some sword practice.
Hell yeah. Let's get it on. After enjoying a pleasant stroll, Shez and Felix decided to take a break. Okay. Talk.
Say you can't fight a war on an empty stomach. Makes me wonder what's going to happen with this year's harvest.
Express concern. Darn. He's not into that. Talk?
Gotten even better with his sword if the academy hadn't closed down. No point complaining about it, though.
Agree.
Good idea.
He doesn't like that either. Shit.
Houses Blathed and Fraldarius have been practically inseparable ever since Fargus was founded.
Listen politely?
That's how it is.
He doesn't like that either. Shit.
It's nice getting...
Damn. Okay. Wait, I'm going to completely the wrong way. I need to go to the kitchen. Yes.
Hunger is the true enemy.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, here we go. To do. Mercedes. I love how the dish can be something like fish sandwich and he still is like boiling something in a pot. Like, buddy, what are you doing?
Hey, this is great. I bet anyone would love this stuff.
Not if you boil my sandwich.
You made this. Impressive.
Oh, I love this. Thank you very much.
You're just programmed to say that.
Come back whenever you're hungry.
How about right now?
Hunger is the true enemy.
Okay.
Solid.
Huh.
Wow, this is heavenly.
Mm-hmm.
Come back whenever you're hungry. Hunger is the true enemy.
I'm just trying to get people's motivation up.
Yeah, the flavor's not really there.
Buddy.
This reminds me of my youth.
Oh, thanks.
Come back whenever you're hungry.
I guess it doesn't pay to do multiple meals a day. Okay. We've got some support conversations to listen to. Shazam to do, apparently.
Hey, Dedu. It looked like you were having some trouble out there during training today. All good?
It is not uncommon. Many soldiers do not think highly of me.
They don't. Why's that?
As you know, I am from Dusker. Relations with my home have improved now that His Majesty has taken the throne. But many still hold misgivings about fighting beside someone like me.
Really? I don't see why.
The tragedy of Dusker shook the entire kingdom to its core. And now I am among the Royal Guard, an honor often reserved for the children of nobles. As I am neither noble nor knight, many are displeased at my position.
Fuck him.
Yeah, that kind of stuff always makes people jealous. I've got tons of rumors flying around about me, too. Not that I blame them. I was just a regular merc plucked off the street and into the officers' academy just because I happened to bump into Dimitri. All of it was a lucky break, if you ask me. Kinda natural it would get under people's skin.
True. We are both here due to happenstance involving His Majesty.
Mm-hmm.
It is in the nobility's instinct to resent us for claiming their rightful roles. Missing out due to sheer luck is cruel indeed.
I'm sure Dimitri's got his hands full balancing it all, too. One wrong move and we could be faced with a full-on rebellion. But You know, I think there's an easy way to solve this. We just have to prove we're both capable leaders, that we deserve people's support. It's like I said before, as long as we get results, trust and respect will follow. Even the biggest skeptics will have to throw their weight behind us if we can show we have what it takes.
Something you learned as a mercenary.
Yep. There was this thief we had in our company, real shady guy. Nobody trusted him, but he did his work just as well as anyone else. And before long, everyone had pretty much warmed up to him. After a year or so, even I was joking around with him like he was an old friend.
He won your trust.
Of course, we didn't know for sure he wouldn't just run off with all our stuff one night. But that's why people like you are so valuable. You know, people who keep an eye out for anything suspicious.
I see.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk your ear off.
No, I appreciate it. I will try to follow your advice.
Hey, what's wrong? Something on your mind?
Kinda, yeah. Remember before when we were talking about my mom? The more I think about it, the more I'm realizing she really was a strange person.
What do you mean?
Exactly that. Everything about her was kinda just a mystery. I've spent hours trying to puzzle out how she might have ended up in that remote village, but I keep coming up empty. I mean, someone that smart is rare even in the biggest cities, right? She practically knew everything. Even using magic was a breeze for her.
She may not have talked much about her past, but can you think of anything she mentioned that could give you a clue?
I swear to God, if you tell me it's fucking Cornelia.
Maybe something about the people she knew, or unique things she owned.
If she did, it's not coming to me. She's been gone so long now. So, yeah, nothing really springs to mind. I don't even have any mementos to remember her by.
Then we'll just have to investigate. I'll help.
Investigate? As in, my mom? Where'd that come from?
I'm gonna investigate your mom.
Well, both of my parents died in an epidemic when me and my siblings were still very young. I still have some hazy memories of them. Food they used to make, that kind of stuff. But that's really all I have left. And since they were commoners, there's almost no record of them. All my searches came up empty. I know how much that hurts, so it's not hard for me to sympathize with what you're going through.
Huh.
Really, it's just so I can get my own closure. We don't have to do it if you don't want to.
Fuck yeah, I wanna know what that story is.
Alright, I'm in. I'd love to learn some more about my mom. Okay then, how are we doing this thing?
The most sensible place to start would be talking to people who knew her.
I doubt anyone in the village really remembers her though. We weren't exactly the most social family.
Still, someone must have known her. It's impossible to stay completely unnoticed in those small mountain towns. It's entirely feasible one of the villagers can tell us something. Or, what about the village chief?
If anyone's gonna remember her, it's him. But for all I know, he could be dead by now too.
Then we'll just have to send a letter and find out. And if we never get a response because no one there can read, well, in that case, we can go ourselves.
I love how it's not because they're all dead, it's because none of them can read. That's for sure the reason we wouldn't get a letter back.
Guess it's worth a shot. I feel kinda bad sending a messenger out that far, but we might as well see what happens.
Great. Now come on, let's get started on that letter.
Weirdos.
That should be everything in its place now.
And high time we took a break, if you ask me. Lugging all those boxes was hard work. Hey, why don't you join me for a meal? Might be nice to head into town for once.
I'm not that hungry just yet, though. Oh, I've got it. If you'd like, we could have a tea party. I have a cache of delicious treats we can eat as well.
Of course you do.
Sure, I guess I could go for some tea. Where'd that idea come from, though?
Well, I received some sugar recently as a gift from one of the soldiers I mended back to health. I used it to bake the most wonderful confections. I'd love for you to try them.
Huh, that does sound good. And a little something sweet once in a while never hurt anyone.
Do you think she ever just uses Annette's fire magic to cook? Anyway, moving on.
Then we're settled. Give me just a moment. I'll get everything ready.
Whoa, these are incredible. I've never had anything quite like them before.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm particularly happy with how those turned out.
It does actually taste kind of familiar, though. Almost like this snack my mom used to make.
Really? You don't say.
Yeah. I was raised in this little village off in the mountains, absolutely surrounded by nature. Sometimes Mom would go out and gather fruit from the trees, then bake things with them.
There's nothing better than a dessert made with fresh fruit. I love them myself. You can knead them into dough and bake them, or preserve them in honey so they can be enjoyed the whole year round.
Is that a thing? I know about, like, pickling. And I know about, like, turning them into jam and preserving them that way. Can you just, like, drop fruit in honey? Wait a minute. Hang on a second. Wait. Hold on. Can... Wait, can you preserve fruit in honey? How to preserve fruit in honey, a step-by-step guide. Holy shit! For longer-term preservation, the safest and most effective way to preserve fruit in honey is to use honey as a canning syrup and to process fruit covered with this canning syrup in the usual way in a hot water bath canner. Bruh. Okay, I'm gonna look into this more later. That's interesting. I didn't know that's how that worked.
My mom's stuff was never quite as fancy as the things you make, but they were special in their own way. And even though we didn't have them too often, just one hint of that flavor and it's like I'm a kid again. Guess they were just that good.
It's wonderful you have that memory to look back on. I can tell the time you spent with your mother was very precious to you.
For sure. Though I don't remember it too well anymore.
Can I ask you something? Do you ever wish you could return to the past? To those days with your mother?
I think that's what she wants to hear.
It would be great to go back if I could, yeah. We'd have so much more to talk about now that I'm older. But the past is the past. My mom is gone, and there's nothing I can do to change that.
Yes. Yes, I suppose you're right.
Hey, what's wrong? Was it something I said?
Oh, my apologies. I must have been daydreaming for a moment there.
She also is an orphan.
Here, try this one next. I made it specially to pair with the tea.
Sure. Thanks.
Damn, I picked the wrong option.
Mercedes, did you go out?
Yes, I went to the town of Camulus to help the church.
I see. And how did you find it?
The townspeople seemed fine enough, but the clergy were very busy. As you know, lots of people fled to Fargus when the war started. And while a number of towns took in refugees, Camulus is particularly busy on that front.
In that case, I should send reinforcements and resources from the capital. I will speak with Lady Rhea about this presently.
Thank you, Dimitri. I'm sure the clergy will be pleased to hear it. I'm incredibly grateful to you for coming to the church's aid, you know. Most of those people would have ended up homeless if not for your actions.
As I recall, you fled from the Empire yourself at a rather young age.
Yes, and it was awful. We had nothing to eat and nowhere to shelter from the wind and rain. If not for the priest who helped us, I don't know what would have happened. Are you all right, Dimitri? You seem sad.
My apologies, Mercedes. But may I speak plainly?
You don't need my permission to do that, silly. What's troubling you?
I have been wondering for some time if accepting the Central Church was the correct decision. By giving them shelter, I have also given the Empire the perfect excuse for invasion.
You took them in because you thought it was the right thing to do. Isn't that so?
Yes. The Church of Seros is deeply entwined with the kingdom's history and politics. The Crown's authority is granted by the Church, which also takes part in governing our villages. Were I to sunder that connection, nobles and commoners alike would be furious. The kingdom would be split anew, and chaos would reign.
That is a tough one. It seems like you're going to end up with a fight no matter what you do. Well, at the very least, I know the townspeople are grateful. But I also know it's not as simple as all that. I'm sorry. That probably didn't do much to help ease your concerns.
No. I should apologize for making you listen as I prattle on endlessly.
Oh, nonsense. If it helped you in any way, I'm glad to do it.
Well, I certainly do feel better. Thank you, Mercedes. And please know that I am here for you for whatever reason, no matter how small.
Oh, it's so late. I didn't mean to take this much of a detour.
Just getting back?
Hey, Dedu. Hope I didn't worry you.
You didn't. You were in town, yes?
I went to pick up some supplies, but on the way back I saw these flowers blooming, and I just couldn't help but pick some.
Ah, yarrows.
They're used as an ingredient in healing salves, although you can also slap the leaves on your wounds and get mostly the same effect. Oh, and I plan on soaking them in alcohol. It'll produce a liquid that can be used for a wonderful ointment. Though I suppose it would be faster to just use healing magic.
You seem well informed on the subject.
Lenato knew all about it. So I picked up a few things from him.
Lord Lenato had an interest in plants?
Oh, sure. He kept tons of botanical encyclopedias and books like that in his room. He loved flowers. He even kept a small herb garden at Castle Gaspar.
At this point, Didu was like, fuck, shouldn't have killed him. Shit.
Hey, you like gardening too, right? I mean, you were always watering the flowers in the greenhouse back at Rgbunpro.
I suppose I do, though I know little of the medicinal properties.
Yeah, I guess knowing how to grow plants is different from knowing how to use them.
Even so, the greenhouse was a treasure to me.
You're right about that. I found flowers there I'd never even seen in Castle Gaspar's garden.
I would like very much to visit this garden of yours one day.
We should go. Of course, a lot has happened since I last saw it, but my younger siblings should still be looking after it.
I look forward to it. Though, how did Lord Lenato come to know so much about medicinal herbs?
He used to serve Grand Duke Rufus, so maybe he studied them while he was in the capital.
Perhaps.
Sorry, I'm just sitting here chatting away when I should be off making myself useful.
Of course. Medicinal herbs.
Weed.
What were you thinking? Sticking your nose into some soldier's fight? You have a lot of growing up to do if you're still throwing yourself in the middle of random brawls like that. Keep this up, and House Fraldarius' reputation will be rolling in the mud with you.
God damn, it's gotta be bad if you're getting tongue lashed by fucking Sylvain. Jesus.
Not to mention how it reflects poorly on His Majesty, considering he's the one who made you a duke.
I know all that.
Do you? Because you don't look like a man who's achieved some fantastic new enlightenment.
This is rich coming from you. I liked it better when you used to take the heat.
Are you kidding? You were always the one being scolded when we were kids.
Only because you were a half-wit who kept dragging me into your ludicrous schemes.
Was that how it was? Now, whatever you say. But tell me, what's got you swinging your fists around this time?
Nothing specific. I just couldn't back down after getting involved.
You really need to start being more careful. Look, you've even got a bruise going.
Oh no, a bruise. How terrible.
Who knows what would happen to Fargus if we lost you?
I won't say you'd be fine without me, but you do know I can fall in battle any day now, right?
Bite your tongue, Felix. Just think for 2 seconds. What would happen to Fargus? And to His Majesty if you died? He's got too much on his plate already. Yet he insists on doing everything himself. War with the Empire, battles outside Fodlan, governing the kingdom, reforming the entire social structure of pretty much everything. If he didn't have you at his side, he'd fall flat on his face.
You speak as though you have no stake in this whatsoever. We're in the same situation. One of these days, you'll inherit the title of Margrave Gautier. Are you ready for that?
I know. Trust me, I am very well aware. Which is why I always act with the utmost integrity.
You're the complete opposite of integrity. Though I suppose you have been attempting to shake some of your old habits recently.
You know, it wouldn't kill you to pat me on the back every once in a while.
No, it actually might. He's really strong.
You're like a baby that just learned to walk. A pat on the back would only knock you over.
Yeah.
You can try to make up for your past actions all you want. But that kind of thing isn't easily swept aside. The sooner you realize that, the better.
That tongue of yours is sharp as ever, I see. Never change, Felix.
I guess I was a touch reckless this time. As much as I hate to admit it, so I'll give you that much. Mercedes, good. I need your help.
Felix, why do you have a cat?
Picked it up?
Picked it up. Felix. Felix. What did you do?
Yes, I can see that, but... Oh no! Its little leg is hurt. Here, let me have it. I may be able to heal it with magic. There. It should be fine now.
Thanks. Sorry for the trouble.
Oh, it's no trouble at all. Though I must admit, you're the last person I expected to bring me an injured kitten. It reminds me of how my little brother once took in a cat when we were young.
Hey, that's right. You have a brother from a different father, right?
Yes. This was a long time ago, when we both still lived with House Bartels. My brother took in an injured cat, and after it healed, it began living in the mansion. We did our best to feed it secretly so it wouldn't be discovered.
Secretly? What's the big deal with one little furball?
We couldn't let anyone find out, no matter what. The people in that house were horrid. Had they learned of the cat, they would have put it in a sack and tossed it in the river.
Yeah. They're the horrible people.
Eventually, my mother and I left House Bartels and never looked back. Though we left my brother behind. Still, I've always wondered what happened to that poor little cat.
Animals are smart enough. If the thing felt threatened, it would have taken off.
I suppose you're right.
Anyway, now that you've fixed the cat, I should bring it back to where I found it.
Mm-hmm. Is that your tent, Felix? Is that where you found it?
Are you sure? It's clearly taken a shine to you.
Yeah, but I can't keep it. The thing's practically a kitten. What if it has parents that, I don't know, miss it?
Yes, I suppose returning it would be best.
He's gonna keep it.
Alright, go. Shoo! Come on, get out of here already.
He gonna have a battle cat.
Stop rubbing my legs. What is it? You want food? Well, I don't have any.
Adorable.
Ah, that cat really likes him. Animals clearly understand when a kind soul comes to their aid.
Mercedes, do something. This cat won't stop following me.
It's your cat now, buddy.
I'm sorry, but there isn't anything I can do. You'll have to wait until it feels like going home. Goodness, really? Having a cat like you is a good thing.
I'm not sure it is.
Well, so long as you're stuck waiting, we may as well get comfortable and have a nice chat.
Felix is just like a cat, though. Ah, that's great. That's great. Felix with a pet cat.